Hey, RPM Tré Vietnam. What's going on, everybody? What's been going on out here? I ain't been doing enough live streaming. I've been busy, man. Trying to keep my mind tunnel vision on this shit I got going on. Um, but I did want to talk about, you know, some shit I've been seeing in the national perspective on gun ownership. Of course, there's always some shit going on, and I don't know how far it's gotten, but Congress is supposed to be hearing some case that's supposed to determine whether or not assault weapon bans anywhere are are constitutional. The problem that I have with all of this is that all of the praising and worship and the illusion of authority that is given to the Constitution is at odds with the fact that it's been 250 fucking years and we still arguing about this shit. The Constitution just wasn't, it wasn't enough. Y'all act like it was enough, but it wasn't. Um, if it was enough, we wouldn't be going through a lot of the shit that we're going through right now. Um, all I hear is a whole lot of crying and begging. Every time I hear one of these constitutional lawyers that's got these YouTube channels, every time I hear one of them uh, talking about the latest, cases as far as what the ATF got going on, if they're gonna disband the ATF or not. Um, I think that if they got rid of the ATF, they would just give some other branch of law enforcement the power to do whatever the ATF was doing. That's what I think they would do. What up, Rick James? I think uh, I think that would be the best anybody could even really hope for. Like this expectation that you're gonna get this freedom from a government that has gotten you into the things that it has gotten you into, all of this shit. Man, I don't see no hope in taking that perspective at all. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like I see, of course, a whole lot of 2A advocates all over YouTube. Everybody claiming to be truthers, fighting for freedom and justice. The whole time, there's not enough energy behind something that I think is very supportive of whatever the truth is, even if you don't have all of the truth. A lot of these avenues for this truth seeking calls for people to be very understanding of how the world actually works, and then you got to know a lot of stuff because you can't just know what it is that you think that you know. You have to unlearn and then relearn a whole lot of shit. That's part of the process, right? And then you have to be willing to replace what you thought you knew with something that's more aligned with the truth of how things go, to the degree that you try not to let the deception control your life when you know that you know better. That's why the idea of homeschooling is so important. As soon as you know better, like not considering homeschool is foolish if you know better. You instantly have to go there, or else what is the point of you knowing something or understanding or seeing something for what it is? What's the point of all of that energy that you're using, your human consciousness, to even compute, to remember, to calculate, to form like a political national and global opinions about how the world works as a grown ass fucking person. When you're doing all of this important, very critical adult type of shit, especially when you're raising kids, I don't know how you can really be serious if you don't consider everything that's in your power to try to remove yourself from some of the pain that the system is trying to cause you. You have to be doing that, right? What's crazy is that what I think that I'm doing as far as my gun rights activism, not 2A activism. The Second Amendment ain't the source of shit. I think the only thing that it's really the source of is an opportunity for government to get you motherfuckers to give into a debate and then accept losing a debate about undebatable shit. That's how they can get you to do that. And then they can get you to back down if they can get you to recognize some authority in them, to be a law-abiding citizen, to know that it's for the greater good, because they always try to paint everything that they do in regards to their control. They try to paint it out like they're trying to save you from something, but then they become the biggest threat to your life. New York, as a state, especially New York City, has taken their illusion of authority to do something that Iowa, as a state, will look to New York as a state, especially New York City, and say, you guys are in great violation of the Constitution. Iowa knows that New York is, but Iowa won't do nothing to New York about it. That's a problem, because y'all took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And the citizens ain't taking that shit seriously enough to know that that's what's being said, that's what was promised, that's what should be logically and sensibly expected, with no holding back. Why can't I accept? Why can't I expect that? This is what my problem is with Second Amendment advocates. Y'all lean on the Second Amendment, but don't none of y'all mean none of that shit. Because if you did, you would recognize the conflict between the state of Iowa and the state of New York as far as how they handle gun rights. You will see that conflict, and then you would say, well, now that I see this conflicting idea about this one national constitution that has to be interpreted, I see people being threatened over here in New York that they could not be threatened for over here in Iowa. And you can look right at it and tell. And they will use government muscle, the government gun pointed at you about what? About what New York thinks the Constitution is saying, and they don't give a fuck about what the rest of the country is doing. This is what they decide to do, and then they will use government, tax-funded, uh, human resources, and these blind-ass cops that'll just follow the law because this is where they are, and they think this is what the Constitution says. A lot of them don't even give a fuck. They don't know the difference between Iowa and New York, not enough to calculate into how they're going to move about the planet because y'all not taking it seriously. The cops aren't, the citizens aren't. Y'all say all enemies, foreign and domestic, and somebody's obviously wrong in this situation. The state of New York and the state of Iowa. Different in what ways about that Constitution, particularly the Second Amendment? The differences should be alarming. The differences aren't alarming to y'all. That's why I can't respect the average person. I can't. Because as soon as I spell this shit out, motherfuckers got to address it with some sincerity and some urgency too, I think. I think it's urgent business, man. There's something wrong here. These two states can handle something so seriously in different ways, and nobody bats an eye. You just say, hey, man, that's them, man. Let them rock that. No, not let them rock that. If it's unconstitutional, it's fucking wrong. It doesn't matter if you can get it through the color of law that you made this bullshit perception that you have on how the Second Amendment is supposed to go. It all made it onto to magical paper. Doesn't make it right. Are you right or not? No one looks at them like that. Everybody just goes on. But what y'all don't realize is that this is what they wanted. They got way more gun control over the people than what they have on the books. What they got on the books, that ain't nothing compared to what they really got. They got black folks thinking that something that I do is so crazy, so extreme that you'd have to be crazy to do it, that I must be willing to face that. I got out here doing my open carry shit, banking on the fact that I don't give a fuck what social media says about racism. I don't give a fuck what they say about cops, right? What I know is, theoretically, I would recognize the way things are supposed to be, and then I'm going to be willing to challenge it with my motherfucking life because, god damn it, y'all gonna face this shit. And if openly carrying an AR-15 is legal in a state like Iowa, and it is here in Iowa, right? Then I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be respected by it. Because how the fuck did it make it on your magical paper that fucking far? And you have this expectation that I won't actually do it? Get the fuck out of here! I'm gonna actually do that shit. Quit playing with me. Y'all play too much. And a 2A advocate that can't see that like that and then recognize the Call of Duty that, oh yeah, we're gonna get out here then. And y'all crazy. You claim to be a 2A advocate, you think me doing the open carry demo the way I do it with the AR-15, man, you think I'm bogus or I'm doing, you are crazy. You sound like the gun hater pretending to be one of us and you're not. It's fucking bullshit. It can't be legal and taboo. That's retarded. If it's taboo, they'll find a way to change it. They'll get you to support it too, and they can't do that without the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment gives them an opportunity to get you into negotiations about undebatable shit so that you can agree to give up those things without the fight that it would be deserving of them if they say, man, we're going to regulate these guns. That's supposed to be fighting words right there as soon as they do that. But they give it to you in the Constitution, and y'all praise that shit. Y'all praise it. It's the only thing that can become a gateway to you losing your rights. And you don't really lose no rights. All these constitutional lawyers and these super duper scholarly like fucking YouTubers talking about gun rights in every fucking case, and they stand it all, man. Oh, you don't even need all that. Y'all are joining this party of language that hides like fundamental truths about humanity. Y'all are helping them do that when you had to read me a case by the case number and then read over all of this legal jargon so that you can reinterpret it to me. I understood it when you read the fucking legal shit. I get it. You ain't got to be that smart to understand. All you got to do is care and then listen. If you care and listen, you'll figure shit out. There's more complicated shit that people get involved in politics. Politics is super easy, right? Especially if you're a motherfucker like me and you can just see down through to the bottom line of shit. You wouldn't even let the legal jargon and all of the confusion that they attempt to cloud simple shit with. You are no match for a judge that's been a judge for 25 years and you're a criminal. And you just not getting in here. You getting charged on a state level or a federal level about something for the first time in your life, you're dealing with professionals who've been doing this for 20, 25, 30 years, some of them. Good fucking luck, motherfucker. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. And if they was breaking their rules, you wouldn't even notice. A non-mouse says, I live in a constitutional carry state. Open carry used to be very common. It's less so now because having a visible firearm has become a license for police to fuck with you. And that's why I got out here to do my open carry demonstrations. So I don't know if you notice what it is that I really be doing with that. Have you seen any of those videos? Because I haven't been uploading, but it's springtime. Springtime is coming. I'm finna get out here more, doing my open carry demos like I always do. And 'tis the season. But when I do my open carry demonstrations, I take my AR-15, level 4 plate carrier, multiple magazines. They all get 30 rounds in them. That's standard, but California says something different. And then California can use police force to force people away from something that cops got to respect me in Iowa when I do it according to the Constitution. Great contradiction between these two states. These states should be fighting each other about this shit because it's that serious and nobody's even paying attention because they're not taking it serious when they say all enemies, foreign and domestic. But I do all that. I got a sidearm with multiple magazines for the sidearm too. And I get out there with a sign that says hug an AR owner. And I stand out on street corners, busy street corners, right? Preferably in places where people can park and walk up if they want when they see the sign that they want to get out and give a hug or give a conversation. Whether it's positive or negative, I don't really care. Anybody who's really, really negative against my presence of a firearm couldn't feel justified in bringing their own firearm to try to address me. That'd be crazy. They probably hate guns altogether, which means there would never be any threat to me. So this idea that the public might be some kind of a threat, that's minimal, bro. That's probably unlikely to ever really happen, even to a bunch of tough guys in a somewhat tough neighborhood, they would look at me and go, nigga, you a political minded militant kind of a fucking activist kind of, you is not one of us, bro. No gangbang will confuse me for being one of them. Not that I wouldn't be smart enough to know where to go and where not to go. I'm not stupid. You can't do this and be stupid. I do this shit to survive what it is that I'm doing so I can prove my point without giving my fucking life. I don't think I have to. That's why I got out here to challenge the police, any fucking government official whatsoever. The mayor met me one day. I didn't meet him. He met me. Fuck the mayor, right? I was suited the fuck up and all my shit. What up, mayor? Huh? What's happening? Shake my hand. He extended his hand to me. I stood there. He put his hand out first. I wasn't that impressed with it. Somebody had to call me. Somebody called me to the mayor like, yo, the mayor's right here. Come on, come on. They brought me to the mayor like, yo, look at this man. I'm like, yeah, look at me. You underdressed. Mayor, you a politician out here naked as fuck. Where your security at? You ain't got no security. And I know you not strapped. Y'all some bitches. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was sunning all of these motherfuckers out here one day. On this particular day. But I get out here like this to challenge the public to say this is legal. First of all, you need to know that. If you don't know that, I can't respect your your opinion about gun rights as an adult because you live here and you didn't know this was legal until you saw me. You behind. You got to catch up. You tweaking. I'm not going to respect you. Off top. Off that, you can't be surprised when you see me. You got to go, oh, look at that. That's legal. I know. Any grown person that see me that don't already know until they see me that that's legal, man, you got a long way to go before I can even respect you in a conversation. You got a long ways to go, especially if you look at me and go, ugh, the fuck? Nah, you didn't know? Fuck out of here, you stupid. You ain't even that smart with all this heartfelt opinions about politics and you care about the kids and you don't even know this legal where you live at. Go sit your ass at the kiddie table. I won't even respect you, right? But I get out here and check all that shit. The police rarely have any fucking issue with me at all. These motherfuckers showed up. It's a video on my YouTube right now. The cops showed up to an active shooting in broad daylight, a half a block from me, while I was fucking live streaming, suited the fuck up with all my shit, AR-15 and all that. Right? The police pull up to respond to the call. They pull up to the corner where me and my cousin was at. We both strapped the fuck up. Looked me right in my face and kept on going. Because I had already been out here so many times, they knew who I was. They knew that I ain't had nothing to do with that. And that this is not where none of that trouble was coming from. Right? We were so close, we heard all the shots. We could smell the fucking gun smoke in the air. Within 15, 20 seconds of the car that got hit drove right past us. This is all on the live stream on my channel right now. Right? What I do this for was represented in that 10 minutes that all of this had transpired. The cops took like 6, 7 minutes to show up after they started shooting and shit. They took like 6, 7 minutes, right? The victims had already drove off to a hospital. We was about a fucking quarter mile from a hospital right down the street. And then when the cops pulled up about 7 minutes later, they looked me right in my face and kept on going. They didn't stop even at all. They just looked and kept on going. They went, no, not him. That wasn't him. And they hit that corner and kept on going. You could see the cars, cop cars fucking coming to the corner and speeding past me on the live stream video. This is what I get out there for. And I told people I was going to do this so much that cops were not going to respond to when the public call. They're going to start checking y'all on the phone calls. That is legal. We know. Tell me what he looked like. With the dreads and the AR-15 and the sign that said, yeah, we know who that is, but we're not going out there. I had a cop tell me, as I was walking into a Poncheros, he was walking out of a Poncheros. He said, hey, man, you're the guy with the blah, blah. I was like, yeah. He's like, man, you'd be surprised how many calls we get, man. We just try and tell people, man, just let him do his thing. Tell me if he's doing something crazy. Does he look like he's doing something? What is he doing? Standing there with a sign? Yeah, we know who that is, bro. And they won't even come out to me. He said that they get so many calls, they laugh about it. They know when I'm out there because the calls keep coming in. And they go, yeah, he must be out there today. That's him. We know who it is, right? I got them so softened up that a guy openly carrying just a pistol in a grocery store while he's shopping with his kids, or even if he's by himself, people have to give him a little bit of grace. Like, And to me, I open carry a Glock every day, openly, right? Because I like to put that shit in people's faces. There's multiple reasons why I open carry. Some people think tactically, it ain't the best move. I fucking respectfully disagree. There's a whole nother side of the story to be told about open carry. That people who don't want to open carry because they don't want the conversation or they don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Just say it's your feelings, bro. Just say it's your feelings. You feel scared because now somebody know you got a gun and you worry about what somebody gonna do to you. That's a feeling, right? You don't want to hurt anybody else's feelings because they know that you got a gun. And lastly, you don't want to have the conversation with nobody about your gun in general. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to get involved like that at all, bro. All I hear is a whole lot of fucking feelings, bro. Openly carrying a firearm is just, I think it's the default normal thing to do. I think to hide it is kind of crazy. It's not like I don't get it, but when you hide it, if I ever conceal my firearm, I am really in a situation where I have to give in to somebody else's fucking feelings. It's got nothing to do with me myself. If it was widely accepted everywhere under every single circumstance and situation, there's no way I would ever conceal my firearm. I don't need to. It's just not comfortable to me to conceal it. And you can't get no point across to people. I like calling people out on shit. Like little simple shit, logical, connecting of the dots, a cognitive attempt to mean what the fuck it is that you think you're standing on, because people live a whole lot of contradicting ideas all at one time and they don't even be noticing, right? If you are an aware adult and you know that concealed carry or open carry is legal where you live, okay, you know that, boom, okay, there you go, you know that, right? Secondly, then you have to know that when you see people in public, even if you can't see their gun, they might have one. You got to consider that because we're trying to be serious, right? We're trying to be real serious about all of this simple logical stuff that you got to put together in your head, right? If you know that it's legal to conceal or openly carry a firearm where you live, and you know you be out in public looking at people that could easily just be concealing a gun, why the fuck is it a problem if you can actually see one? Why does that become a problem then? If you sincerely and respectfully understood step number one and step number two. It's legal and you can't stop it. You probably around guns that you can't see. You cannot also be upset when you can see mine. It's weird as fuck to me and I call you out on that shit. I put it out there in the open and go, huh, problem, huh? Make you feel like what? Oh, you silly. You silly. Either you don't know or you are not sincere in your understanding. Why you can't be sincere in all of this simple shit? Somebody gonna have it and you're not gonna even be able to see it. Seeing mine ain't no different at all. It ain't no different. Would you rather me be right here, being who the fuck it is that I am that you don't know and you don't even know that I got the gun? Now you don't know if some guy talking trash to another guy out in public, is he talking trash because he know that this ain't gonna go nowhere because he got a gun and nobody else is even considering that he might have one? So now he's free to just talk this shit. When I'm openly carrying my gun, I can't look like the aggressor at all. I defeat that possibility for myself. That I can be the one egging something on. Because then everybody goes, man, you doing too much, bro, because you got that gun. And then I'm being called out and recognized for what I might be, right? When I'm openly carrying my gun, motherfucker, I gotta play polite. I have to. I have to chill out and be cool. I can't look like the aggressor. I can't egg it on. I can't chase it down. Because everybody gonna say, bro, that's why you doing that. But when you conceal carry and then somebody's doing that, it be too late for any shame or exposure to playing this game, this tough guy game. Like when you conceal that, when you conceal your firearm, you make that possible now. Right? To a guy who might be thinking, hey man, maybe I was just gonna beat this dude the fuck up. Maybe me and my friend was gonna beat this dude the fuck up. Right? Maybe we would have overdid his ass. If I knew it was a gun involved, I would have thought twice about putting my hands on this man at all. You keep that out of the realm of possibilities. Especially if you're dealing with a person that ain't smart enough to remember, to recognize, and then respect the fact that it's legal where you live at, and a guy can have a gun and you just can't see it because it's concealed. People don't think that far enough, man. I like putting that shit out there with the open carry for multiple reasons. Uh, I think that somebody needs to make it very clear to people that carrying a firearm is an individual responsibility, that nobody has to wait for police, that you shouldn't be waiting for no motherfucking police. You could just do what you thought that you would want the police to do. In the moment, though, since whatever's happening is happening to you, it's your responsibility to protect yourself. It's weird to me because I couldn't imagine a father being a great father if he told his child to always depend on him as his father for protection, to never take protection into his own hands. And when his father's not there, look for another man who you trust, who is strong, to be what your no father would tell their son to live their life like this. Every father would tell their son, boy, you better be a fucking earthquake of an ass whooping in defense of your own fucking life. You wait for me, you're a goddamn fucking fool if you wait for me. I know I would want to be there all the time. I can't be there all the time to protect you. If you can't get no grip on that and be firm in your manhood that you can defend yourself, you are out of your mind. Ain't none of my kids gonna ever feel like they gotta depend on me. I'm gonna tell them to embody my energy. When they defend themselves, defend yourself the way you think that I would defend you. You know how I get down. I'm not gonna play, right? Especially in defense, in a position of innocence. My kids ain't gonna play with nobody that's trying to play with them like that. They're just not going to. And on the flip side of that, they are going to definitely carry the heart and the moral disposition of never initiating force or violence on nobody. Don't force nobody to do shit. You ain't nobody's fucking boss. This is what my kids gonna know. You ain't nobody's fucking boss. If you hurt people, you give them a good reason to want to hurt you. So why would you involve yourself in that type of a game? You know, that type shit. Y'all hold on real quick. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Um, so what was I saying? Yeah. So I want my kids to be balanced in that way. I want them to very much respect the lives of other people, and for whatever other people may be going through. Um, because we all got our own troubles and shit, right? Life is already hard enough as it is. My kids are gonna know that they can't be out here making life harder for people when life is already hard as it is. Leave people the fuck alone. My kids gonna know to leave people the fuck alone. But after they leave everybody the fuck alone, what's gonna happen after that is that whoever can't leave them alone is gonna get a very serious reaction out of them. And I don't know who could even expect anything less than that. If you can't just expect that a man out on the fucking streets might actually have a firearm that you cannot see, and that he will be willing to use it, especially if he's in the right. I can't expect for any man to be in the right and not do what needs to be done. If I thought I was gonna bully some grown ass man, bro, it just doesn't sound like a good idea. It doesn't sound productive at all to treat people like that. It sounds kind of crazy to give people the good reason to be the one to fuck you up because you did something to them. Man, that's crazy, bro. I like the idea of leaving people alone, bro. People that can't leave people alone, man, fuck you, bro. That's why I like the whole defensive gun thing, man. I love where my perspective and my mind is about it. It's always about defense and nothing else. But I think that you should be diligent in your defense, and you should be proud to recognize something that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of guys out here can legally own a firearm, and they know that they not seeking firearm ownership at all. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. I think you're insane to not recognize that as a grown ass man and then just say, what the fuck is wrong with being ready? There's nothing wrong with being ready, right? Okay, Trey. Defense is never wrong, man. I'm not gonna play the game with y'all. Defense is never wrong. And then once we know that, if you take that sentiment sincerely, uh, then you have to respect it when I say, oh, well, and I'm proud of it. Proud of it. Um, and you really, I know a couple guys, man. I know a couple YouTubers actually that pretend to be down, pretend to understand what it is that I'm talking about, pretend to be standing for the same things, and then deep down though, these motherfuckers is bullies, um, self-righteous, um, motherfuckers be still under a state of hypnosis that they won't even face it. Um, I don't care what nobody say. If you one of my supporters and you feel this way, then hey, um, we might just have to agree to disagree on this. Because if you feel like this, I think you're wrong. But there is no solace, no grace, no freedom to be found inside of no fucking constitution. It's never going to give you that. The only thing it does is it puts a whole lot of undebatable shit, your God-given rights, they put that into an arena of debate so that you would accept the debate about it. If y'all can't see that, we is just not gonna get along, bro, because all I'm gonna do is dish your constitution and founding forefathers all on some bitches. They either not that smart or they set us up. But you gotta pick one though. Because I can't think of nothing else that the government could ever say to me to take my human rights away from me, but to tell me that all this shit is up for negotiations according to the Constitution. Now they got your attention. Now they got a game for you. Then y'all put on y'all fucking suit and tie and y'all go meet with them to debate that shit with them as if they can win. They can't even win that shit. I don't give a fuck what they say in the fucking courtroom about gun rights. They can't win shit. And as a matter of fact, all of these motherfuckers are under a fucking extreme violation. Everybody is. That's the catch to it. Every state is under some level of violation of that fucking constitution. And all you gotta do is look at the Second Amendment to see it. All it takes is that, and then somebody's wrong, and you can tell because every state doing their shit different. All of y'all not right. We're gonna stop fucking playing this game. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the games being played. Motherfuckers think Trump gonna grant this national reciprocity for concealed carry or whatever type of carry that he wants to say, and it all makes sense. But there's something wrong in the fact that this is making sense. This is 2025. President number what? 47? Quit playing. This is where we are in this country. Almost 250 years. 47 presidential terms. Constitution supposed to be so fucking awesome, right? So awesome. Like this is what separates us from the rest of other countries. Other countries are just as fucking giving with the idea of freedom as America is, because we're all on planet Earth. You fucking silly much. Change y'all perspective and watch what y'all say. The words that y'all say, I think, kind of trap y'all into a certain kind of like slave thinking that you say it and it sound crazy because you don't realize what it is that you're saying, like the actual choice of words. And then you start living it like that and you don't realize that you're supporting this and living like that is going to guarantee that that's the way it stays. The U.S. Constitution isn't doing something special to America that doesn't belong any other place or that cannot exist any other place. We have human rights, natural rights that are everywhere. The U.S. just decided to not fight everybody so much about all of it. They just agreed not to fight you about it. But the freedoms exist everywhere. True freedom exists right here in America. You just got to be willing to say fuck that law and then live your life. And if you do that, then you'll be fine. Actually, then that's when you get freedom. Is when you say nobody can tell me what to do, short of me creating a victim out of anybody. Nobody can, not even the government. Fuck y'all. Then you got to break a few fucking laws to get your freedom. But it's there though. They didn't give you shit. If anything, they gave you a fucking break. Or you gave them a break is what happened. Every time these motherfuckers write a gun law, they threaten the lives of anybody who don't want to abide by the gun law. So if they write a new gun law in California, like what California just made self-defense basically impossible. They say you have an extreme duty to retreat in California, even out of your own house, which is the only place you can have your guns anyway. Because getting a fucking carry permit in California is very, very, very difficult, right? Why is it so difficult there and so easy in Iowa? And then the crime rate is so low in Iowa. Of course, there's way more people in California. It's a fucking huge state. They got multiple cities over, in the millions as far as population. It's a massive state, right? And yet, and still, there's almost nothing there, which is also kind of crazy. A lot of open space in California, the beaches and the mountains and the fucking woods and all type of shit. But California is in a great state of violation of that Constitution. Period. The state of Iowa will have to agree. It's not just me saying it. You can find another government body that is indirectly saying the exact same thing that I'm saying. That if California insists on being what it is that they are in regards to gun rights, that they deserve violence, preferably from another fucking state, so that we can stop looking at people who can recognize this as some kind of terrorist. How about a government body that has already agreed indirectly that California is in a contradiction and in violation of the Constitution? You agreed to that indirectly when you made your laws very much unlike California. Iowa, the state of Iowa should go to California and say, change this shit before we fuck y'all up about it. But they won't do that though. But that's what's supposed to happen though. I don't care what you say. That not happening is fucking disturbing me. And uh, I think it's a fight that they deserve. I'm not saying go do something to California. I'm asking that other states uh, that wrote very different gun laws to honor their oath by turning to California and saying, change that shit right now, bro. My expectation of that happening in that way is it'll never happen. It's a pipe dream, but the expectation is way more realistic than you thinking that you will finally get freedom about your gun rights with the next administration. That is far fetched. That shit sounds retarded. We don't need Trump to tell us shit about no national reciprocity, because if Trump can get us the national reciprocity, you know what that means? The entire time that we did not have it, somebody was in violation of the Constitution while holding us in that position about gun rights, state to state. Every time y'all wanted me to get a permit, violation. I want my money back, and then you're supposed to be punished for that. Everybody involved, whose name is all over my paperwork, is supposed to be violated for that to the fullest extent of your fucking law society. And then it goes on. How many black folks in some of these urban areas, especially where they're now selling weed, and who knows where they're going to take this legal weed um, uh, fucking red tape of bullshit that you see some states legalizing weeds and other states just not. I think that's another glaring contradiction in what's constitutional and what's not, and what states are in the wrong and how long they were in the wrong, and look at all the harm that they caused while they were in the wrong. There's people out here who got weed charges and now cannot own a firearm, but then they carry a firearm anyway, which is supposed to be a God-given right. Fuck that Constitution. It's a God-given right that cannot be forfeited or given up, because the weed that y'all now legalized was some shit that he was just ahead of the curve on y'all asses about. And he happened to already have some fucking weed 10 years ago, state of Illinois. And now those same fucking charges have to be expunged if he knows what to do to fucking get that shit removed, so that he can hopefully get to fucking gun rights. But what if he called gun charges after y'all told him that the weed fucked up his potential for gun rights, and he said, I'm carrying the gun anyway. And now he got gun charges, served time, and all sorts of shit. All of that is fake charges and shit. They actually got criminal stats on people who can be heavily affected by these kinds of laws that are helping create a racial narrative in this country that black people are extra fucking criminal. It's like, why? Because some weed that they selling and a gun that they should have never talked to me about anyway. The fuck is y'all talking about, man? Like, I don't know, y'all crazy, bro. I think people don't be paying enough attention to the details that matter and then applying them with some sincerity so that you say, all of this has to make sense altogether. That's when you know something is wrong, is when you say it in an individual train of thought. You look at this and then you look at that, and then you look at this and then you go, okay. But a lot of y'all don't put that shit together enough to say, does it still make sense when you do this though? And that oath of office saying all enemies, foreign and domestic, while you are watching other states not do the Second Amendment the way you said that you was going to do it, I don't know why y'all not fighting about that, because all y'all in violation of that part. It makes every state in violation of that part. There's multiple angles and multiple charges that I can charge every fucking state in the fucking country with a violation of the Constitution that make it all fucking fall. It all goes away, bro. Y'all are all fucking constitutional fellas, motherfucker. Ineligible to own firearms according to your own shit. Some of y'all deserve 10 years in prison or more. Some of y'all deserve the fucking chop chop or the bang bang by the whole fucking crew. According to your own legal law society, firing squad or some, they still doing their electric chair in some places. But some politicians and shit deserve that shit. Some law enforcement officers and judges deserve that shit when you measure up all of these constitutional violations that I thought y'all was taking seriously. Y'all not gonna take it seriously. I don't gotta take nothing y'all say seriously after that. We're all gonna play by all of these rules and laws and shit the way it's supposed to be. Because if the rule makers turn out to be the rule breakers, I'm not following shit. Why y'all trying to beg Trump for something that should have already been settled 250 years ago? National reciprocity? And then if he give it to us, y'all gonna celebrate like something good happened. I'm like, no. You supposed to go get everybody who was wrong in the first place and go, y'all was wrong a year ago then, right? That's what that means. How wrong were you? Constitutional violation type of wrong. What's supposed to happen to you when you in constitutional violation like that? Let's go, let's walk through it. No one backtrack and go that way on their ass to be like, nah, we finna settle that. Nobody does that. That's wrong. That's crazy. I think y'all are all weird. People that can't see what it is that I'm saying and then say, that's critical enough that needs to be held fucking high. Right now, say it out loud to everybody. That the government going through all of this shit that they going through is supposed to be punished in a certain type of way. And y'all is going to get that smoke. Fuck is y'all talking about? That's what we doing. Because y'all building all these prisons and shit, but y'all finna get in them. That's what's supposed to happen. Y'all not willing to rock like that to tell them that? I don't trust your gun ownership or nothing. Don't respect none of it at all. Fuck you buy a gun for if you ain't willing to look, see all this other shit and go, yeah? Walk them steps, man. Walk that shit out. This is what y'all asked for. This is what y'all built all y'all losing of authority on. We supposed to trust y'all by these fucking binding agents inside of your law society that says that a tyrannical government will be removed by force if necessary. The fuck? Y'all agreed to that shit. Y'all mad because I said it? Man, shut the fuck up. I'm not going for... I can't be played with the wordplay about nothing that no ATF, CIA, FBI... I don't give a fuck about none of that smart shit y'all try to pass over people. It's already way too late. All of y'all are already criminal. It's so easy for me to recognize that and then don't give a fuck about what you say after that. All I see is regular men. Y'all are regular fucking people acting tough. That's all I see. The fuck? It ain't even that complicated. It ain't even that complicated, bro. You can't be, and then y'all be scared as fuck. But that's crazy though. Because all of the gun owners, y'all stepped into the line of fire by even buying a fucking gun. But it shouldn't have been a line of fire. It should have been a fucking words of encouragement from your government that when you bought that gun, they should have been like, yeah, nigga, buy that shit. Get a good one. Get a bunch of them. Because you know you part of the militia, right? Somebody come in this bitch, who you think responsibility is to stop them? You supposed to step out the way to let somebody trample your fucking country if they come in here? Nigga, where your gun at? You ain't got no pipe? Fuck is you talking about? The government should be hyping you up, being like, yeah, get your gun, bro. You got a good heart? Yeah, you should get your gun. You a hero? Get your gun. Get them. We like that shit, bro. Get them guns, bro. We can't be everywhere all the time. If somebody come in here, it's up to all of us. Don't play fucking stupid. Don't never play the fucking backfield if that shit happen. Get your ass up here. The government should be telling y'all this shit. And they should be thinking, hey, if you mean harm with that gun, all these other people that don't mean no harm, somebody gonna fuck you up. So know that also happens. If you embolden the average man who means no harm with the gun, all of the bad guys go, look at all of these guys that would have been victims that are now standing in a position to fucking stop me if I wanted to get on some bullshit. How do you think criminals will feel in a place like New York or Illinois where you say, yo, you can carry your gun outside. We're not going to stop you from that, bro. That was always y'all's. When we give it to you, motherfucker, we didn't give you a gift from God. We only revealed what it was that should have been in the first place. That's all a Constitution could ever do. It can do a whole lot of restricting, or it can give you what was already yours in the first place, but it can't give you nothing extra. And y'all keep praising this constitutional bullshit, and I think y'all are crazy. It'll never free you. It can only enslave you. That's all it can do. It can't give you more than what any God could have ever intended for you. Why y'all act like y'all need that to get to the rights? That I should praise it for being there. I despise it for being there because there's no other way you're gonna be able to get me to lay down without fighting you unless you can convince me through that shit. Y'all don't understand? Y'all don't get it. I don't think they get it. Brandon Herrera, good guy. I think he kind of gets it. Part of me can't make the connection between whether or not he fucking gets it. I can't decide whether I think he gets it or not. I know he likes that don't tread on me or shall not being friends. Like he understands it, but there's something missing in his understanding if this is all that he ever says. Because has anybody ever heard a guy like Brandon Herrera say in a video or to a politician, we can fight if y'all want to? Because I meant what the fuck I said. We're not playing. It wasn't a request, motherfucker. It was a directive. Stand the fuck down. Y'all think we playing with y'all? Y'all not even the fucking boss. Who the fuck you think you talking to? Does Brandon ever talk like that? I don't know. And if he don't, he playing. And if I got to be worried about how I describe what the gun freedom really looks like, because if I say the wrong thing, I look like something, that means they definitely shouldn't be telling me about my gun if I got to watch what I say. I say every motherfucking gun that I want, no matter what it is that it does, all that, right? I should be able to have that if I got to watch what I say. You got to tell me that I'm wrong. If I'm not wrong, but I got to watch what I say, support me in anything that I ever did, now or ever. Because that disqualifies them from telling me anything about anything else, including the fucking gun shit, if I can't say what I want to say. Most of what it is that I'm saying is inside of a reasonable expectation that they already know if they violate that Constitution or not. They should be competent, intelligent people who know if they violated it or not. I'm not going to play no game with them. They know if they did or not. The fuck? If they don't know, then they should be able to understand it upon examination in a court case when you charge them for violating their oath. If you didn't know before, motherfucker, we're going to learn you. Get your ass in the courtroom so we can talk about your violations. We're coming out for you, right? Fuck out of here. Do that then. Fuck, y'all play too much. Y'all talk all that constitutional bullshit. Ain't nobody standing on business about nothing. I think all of y'all are some pussies. Nobody said stop arguing with them and tell them to come out here and fight then. Because they don't take it serious enough that we disagree with them. They don't take it serious enough. All this begging and shit. I'm not meeting them in the courtroom to discuss none of that shit. That's crazy. Why are y'all doing that? Tell them no. Tell them we don't even believe that they think that they in the right at all unless they're willing to fight. Because they just call they bluff. Tell them that that you think that they're trying to fool you about something, that if you stood up to them, they'll go, never mind. Because if you standing up to them, makes them go, never mind. Keep your gun. If that'll make them do that, then tell them to do that then. Because that kind of attitude from us would make us right. We'd have to already just be right. And we say no. And they go, okay. That's where it's supposed to be. And nobody tells them no the right way. Like, that I will not comply. Like, it's good to say that, right? It's even better if you mean it. That's important. But if you met them in a courtroom and then they win and then you say that, you look silly. You should have told them there is no way to debate this. Before we even debate this, just know that you can't win. What's the point of debating with you? Y'all want an assault weapons ban or a total gun ban or whatever y'all uh, demonic democratic dreams are? I don't care what it is, right? Go as far as any one of you motherfuckers could possibly go. Go that far. Let's just go all the way there. Use your imagination, Democrat. What's your perfect fucking society without the guns? Describe it. Then I got to tell you that a whole lot of people had to get hurt before you can get that, because nobody's going to just give that to you. And if you still like the fight, then you just disqualified yourself, because you shouldn't even like the idea of the fight, really, because the fight would be worse than what it is that you're talking about that's going on right now. Gun owners, especially if you look at the ones that have gone so far as to allow that NICS background check to just go through your processes, to have a permit or anything like that, you can count those guys, all of us who have done that, and say, okay, you can actually be identified as an American gun owner. Fine, cool. If you group us like that, we are less violent, with less corruption, crimes, violent crimes. We don't do none of that shit. You know who do that more than us? Gangbangers and cops. Both of those groups do numbers on people who got permits or allowed themselves to be examined in a NICS background check. If you put your information on a fucking form for a NICS, you are an exceptional man in this country, because not only do you have a firearm for defensive purposes only, you are less likely between the three groups to actually violate or hurt somebody. You probably ain't gonna hurt nobody for nothing, too. There's a good chance you not. We the most peaceful ones. The gangbangers and the cops doing all the bullshit. I don't gotta respect either one of them. All y'all stay the fuck away from me. How's that? That's super fair, bro. If you more violent than me, I can tell you to stay the fuck away from me. Y'all don't take a sentiment like that and say that's so fucking true and that's so righteous and justified, that I have to say that you can say that across the board to any fucking man made of flesh, motherfucker. It ain't gonna matter who it is. When you say that, I think you're right when you say that. And I think you'd be right to stand on that and mean that shit too. Stay away from me until I've hurt somebody that you can prove that I've hurt. You got good evidence that I hurt somebody or deprived them of the shit because I broke it or stole it. If you don't got no case like that, bro, you look like violence to even try to force me to address you or to get in a contract with you at all about anything, bro. You look super aggressive, bro. And I don't gotta respect you, and I shouldn't have to. And the expectation that I will is kind of crazy. Where y'all from? Who raised y'all? This is crazy. Y'all gotta lighten up, bro. Y'all gotta lighten up for real. Be real serious. Anybody who can't be serious about these things, man, like, I don't know, man. If it wasn't so serious that my life or your life or my freedom or your freedom was on the line for it, the future of humanity might actually be on the line for it. If it wasn't that serious, it would be easy for me to allow these differences in how we think and feel about these kind of things. It would be easier for me to brush it off like, man, it is what it is. We can agree to disagree, but it ain't that easy because it's super serious. So then when I see the disagreement and I feel superior in my train of thought because I leave all of the freedom intact, right? While bringing smoke only to whoever becomes the bad guy, who can clearly identify themselves as the bad guy. That's the only person I got smoke for. Defensive purposes only. When I know that I'm doing all of this, right? And the freedom for another man to protect his life becomes, or remains, let me say remains, because it never was, but let's say it remains to be none of my business. I cannot address that man for what he chooses to defend himself with. No matter how crazy it is, all I can do is stay away from him because I got the freedom to do that if I don't like it. I got the freedom to defend myself against any of his shenanigans. That's the best I can do. Freedom is a little dangerous, that's okay, but you have the freedom inside of this dangerous freedom free to defend yourself with anything that you can. And that also means if you become prejudiced and very judgmental about the company you keep, the type of things that you can even be involved in yourself, um, then do that. I don't care. I don't know. I can't judge you or care so much about that. I have to leave you be. All I can say is that don't hurt me. That's all I can say. Don't hurt me. Stay away from me. And I'll try and stay away from you. And if you challenge my life, man, may the best man win, man. Because I don't gotta let you do shit to me if I ain't start nothing with you. Like it just is what it is, right? That's about as much peace as you're gonna be able to get is the peace that you're willing to fight for. Accept that shit in life and then stop being a bitch, bro. You can't tell people what to do because you're scared. It's just not gonna happen like that. You can't. Um, you just gotta be a real man about that shit, man. That's how life is, man. Like grow up, man. Come on, man. Any grown ass man that can't see that enough to let that be what it is, yet and still he finds himself to feel in these feelings of righteousness when he goes to vote for a politician that neither one of us know, so that that politician could then use law enforcement um, to use their guns to try to coerce me into control that's suitable to the voter. Like that's crazy. Like all this shit just seems weird to me. I don't think anybody is taking enough of the bigger picture and forcing it into a train of thought that demands consistency and honest observation. I don't think y'all like doing that. I think y'all might find it tough or you don't like how uncomfortable it makes you. But I don't know, man. I just don't got the crayons to explain this shit to you childish motherfuckers anymore. Um, I can't wait to get back out here when the weather breaks and it's real good. Man, I might even get out here this weekend. I don't know. But doing the open carry demos, I love that shit, bro. Cause I like putting that shit on blast for people, man. I like making people face that shit, man. You have to face this shit. And fucking with me, motherfucker, you gonna have to. I respect it. You can tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong, and then explain it to me how I'm wrong, and I'll listen to you. If you just have a disagreement on my firearm choice or how I choose to carry my firearm and what it is that I do, I'm just going to say that you need to stop pretending to be a gun owner like the rest of us. Because you sound like a gun owner who's really a gun hater who wants gun ownership to go the way you want yours to go, or else you might support the idea that government will get involved and make a motherfucker do some shit that they don't want to fucking do. Fuck out of here. You sound like them. That's goofy. That's goofy as fuck, bro. I'm not gonna respect none of it. Don't have to, and I will not. I will not, man. You guys are disturbing. This pretending to just be so smart and righteous, man. When I think the things that are holding y'all back from being on the right page are small things, simple things, man. When you handle more complicated shit than this simple shit that I'm talking about, which leads me to believe that you're soft enough to lead with your emotions, because true honesty and observation um, you will come to the same conclusions that I be coming to, man. I think a lot of y'all just pussy, man. I think y'all just scared. Y'all scared of the way it feels, man. When the responsibility takes you over, right? When you have to be responsible like that, to take seriously the things that you recognize, and then just be like, hey man, I gotta now that I see this, man, I have to stand on that. You can't know that government is the enemy and then say, I'm never going to be willing to call them out. I have to watch what I say. And it's like, that's when you start fucking up, because you already know the enemy, but you won't say that shit. You crazy. If they know you won't say it, they know you're not going to do shit. They know you're a bitch. They don't care if you can actually see them, they don't care. What's up, man? You ready? Go get your shoes. We'll go. Yeah, go. We'll go. promised to take this boy to the mall real quick and get a shake or something. He wants a pretzel maker or a shake or something. So we're gonna go to the mall and hang out for a little bit this afternoon. Man, peace and love to y'all, man. I just want y'all to stop the fucking begging and shit. Stop pretending to be. Oh, thank you. Go get your shoes, man. Go get your shoes on.
Dad,
what?
If they're at our house and I want to go to mom and you take me,
yeah.
Can they come?
Next time he can go with us, okay? Yep. He's gonna go with us. Thank you. Okay, love you. Go get your shoes, man. So that we can. Yeah, he did. You're right. Okay. Turn your TV off. Turn your TV off. Yeah, man, y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all know how I rock. Stop playing. If you gonna half ass a sentiment and then pretend to be so serious, but I can call you out on your half ass and then you continue to do that, I'm not gonna respect you. It's just that simple. I can't fucking do that shit, man. Like, mean that gun shit all the way. If two states are in contradiction about that Constitution, that means that somebody's in violation, and if nobody's calling out the violation and then being willing to handle it, I'm not taking nothing else serious that they ever do and say about nothing. Fuck y'all. RPM Tré Vietnam in this bitch.